Alright, so the first Paint program that we're going to look at is Paint for Windows. It's the simplest, and it's not used for any really professional paintings, except for if you've got something very simple to do. It's nice if you want to just do something quick and easy. And of course, if you have Windows, you've got it there. Now, I'm not going to be walking through each of these programs, everything that you can do. I'm just going to be talking about the basics and showing its general theory of how it works, or rather to show you kind of the mindset of how the program is operating. Now, Paint, of course, is a good one to start with because it's the basics of any Paint program, and you'll see that you've got these brushes that you can choose. So, for example, if you look at this one, it's a crayon, and as I draw on here, you can see you have that little bit of a texture. We've got a paint program, a paint brush there. A pen. Now the pen here has a different style to it than, let's see, I think it's this one here, that if you go, I thought there was one that actually changed the width as you draw, but it's not in this program, I guess. Maybe in Paint 3D. But you can see this other brush has texture to it. So this is typical in Paint programs, that you have a set of brushes that have different attributes as you do paint down here. And here, for example, is the spray paint. Now, in Paint, you change the size of your brush by clicking here. So there's not really much option in terms of your ability to change the width of the brush. And of course, you change the color just by clicking on these different, let me change it to a different color here. Let's do the crayon, marker maybe. And we can paint over here. So now, if you look at the tools here, this is the basic approach for most Paint programs, in that you select a particular tool, and you have brushes, but you also have specialized tools for text, zooming in. You have an eyedropper. Now that's very important for most Paint programs. If I click on that eyedropper, I can now change my color just by what I selected on there. Now in Paint, notice that the eyedropper goes away after I've clicked. That's common in all Paint programs. And then of course, eraser, you can erase. Now notice here we have a hard eraser. Other programs may have a soft eraser. And in this program, we've got a little bit of difference in the sense that a pencil is very different than the brushes, because a pencil is for you to draw just a single pixel. Now notice as I'm doing that, it looks very small, so I want to be able to zoom in. And here, the way I do this in Paint is I just click. Also, I can, at the bottom here, zoom out with this little slider here. But I can also go under here, under View, and click on these tools here, or even set it to 100%. Now, besides clicking on an erase tool and erasing, you may want to erase the entire screen. And that's done in different ways depending upon the program. In the Paint program, the way that you do it is select, and you can select all, or press Control A, and then you press Delete, and that will get rid of everything that you have selected. So that's the basics of Paint.